Hasan, noted tunnel expert now. Is there anything this man is not an expert on? Oh my God. Guys, I am not a tunnel expert. I've never said I'm a tunnel expert. I'm not a missile expert. The irony is that many people who have fucking said, Hasan, remember when you said it was a JDAM? I do not know if these are the tunnels that Israel built. They do look very patchy and shitty, which implies that they are relatively consistent with the tunnels that Hamas has built in other places.
Shifa hospital compound. We're underneath the ground.
Fuck.
We are approximately between the Qatarian building is above us, and this is the way to the street. Meaning this is a way that goes outside from the hospital. We are talking about a tunnel which is more than this, only this specific area is more than 300 meters of a tunnel. So this area goes directly outside of the hospital, approximately to one of the areas outside, maybe a mosque, maybe an apartment, and it's blocked. It's blocked and sealed. They knew that we were going to come here more than a month ago, and they sealed it.
Wait, so they haven't been using it? What the fuck? Wasn't that the whole point? Dude, come on. That is insane. They sealed it to hide the tunnels. Yeah, no shit. That means they're not using the tunnels. The fuck? It's a headquarters. They do so much commanding and controlling from there. I'm going to lose my fucking mind, dude. Oh my God.
And now we're going to see the infrastructure of the tunnel. This tunnel is a complex tunnel. It's not the ones that we know. It's more convenient for a long living, like you have toilets and you have rooms that were built in order to contain people. But this room is an operational room that had communication with electricity provided from the sources of the hospital, meaning the hospital is providing electricity. This room was evacuated and all the gear was evacuated. I guess it was evacuated when they knew or understand that we're going to enter into Shifa Hospital.
So when you're looking at a video like this, like when you're looking at tunnel structures, if it is like tunnels that Israel had built, if it's structures that Israel had built, it would probably be for mixed utility, which is that, yes, it would look a little bit better than this, most likely. I don't know. I don't know who built these, but it would look a little bit nicer. But also on top of that, the spacing that you have to have, it's pretty consistent. 2 meters high, 10 meters in depth underground is what the Hamas tunnel structures look like, right? Now, having said that, if these were the tunnels that that they were using for hospital purposes, then the tunnel structure itself would probably be a little bit wider because you need to be able to like pass stretchers through, for example. I mean, depending on what the usage is. 2 meters high, 2 meters deep? No. The tunnel itself will usually be 2 meters high. However, it's underneath, it's 10 meters in the ground. The tunnel will be much wider and look like a copy of a ward above ground. There are so many narrow that you can't move patients in beds and have medical equipment down there. The conditions are pretty bad. Exactly. Which leads me to believe that these were, at a certain point, I don't know exactly when, but these were most likely tunnels utilized by Hamas or other Palestinian militant factions.
You can see
but the fact that they have,
in front of us are going,
like the fact that they have actually sealed tunnel entrances implies that they most likely did this a while ago and were not able to utilize these tunnel systems, which once again doesn't justify, even if they were utilizing the tunnel systems underneath the hospital, still doesn't justify fucking unironically blowing up the hospital above it. You can't do that. And cause so much chaos and death and destruction on a medical facility. So no matter what happens, that's still completely unacceptable. under international humanitarian law. Are you a tunnel expert now? If only you understood. If you're coming in here and you are specifically coming in here to be like, fuck Hasan, like, I love Israel, like, he's so dumb, and you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, you would understand that I'm actually literally reconfirming what the IDF is saying here. But because you have no interest in it, you don't even understand what I'm saying. You think that I'm saying, like, this isn't a Hamas tunnel. This is not a Hamas tunnel at all, because you're just upset and you just want to fucking yell. I am a tunnel expert. I'm an expert in your mom's tunnel, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? I've been tunneling your mom every goddamn night. But how can you even reconfirm anything? What do you mean, how can I even reconfirm anything? My job is to look at information that is being presented by every side and give you analysis. Do I know a little bit about, like, what the Hamas tunnel structures look like? Absolutely, I do. I've looked at hundreds of them. And not only that, but I also routinely communicate with people who are themselves people that are infinitely more knowledgeable than myself on issues like this. So yes. What kind of stupid thing is this? No one could ever know anything if you operated on these boundaries. Why am I getting derailed by some dumb motherfucker? Oh my God. So not only a JDAM whisperer, but a tunnel expert. Gotcha. Holy moly. Dude, go back to the fucking community of people that don't know who Recep Tayyip Erdogan is, okay? And thinks like Bashar al-Assad is Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who also simultaneously is the fucking leader of Israel, okay? Please. What kind of idiotic situation have I found myself on? Don't waste your time on that last guy. He's so stupid and annoying that even the no-lives on Reddit that hate you can't stand his ass. I know, I fucking, Jesus Christ.
Inside the tunnel you can see a small kitchen. So it will provide them food, water, etc. All these facilities of water and food are coming from the hospital. Meaning they're using the hospital infrastructures. They're using the hospital infrastructures in order to provide this terror mechanism to stay alive and survive.
Is there a way to analyze whatever material was used to seal the tunnel to check how long ago it was sealed? Yes, I think you can probably do, like, I mean, there's different tests that I assume you can use in this situation. You can look at the chemicals. I'm sure there's like some mechanism, like it's not carbon dating, or maybe it is carbon dating actually. I don't know if carbon dating works for something that.
I want to show you more rooms. More rooms.
Is this supposed to justify hospital bombings? Yes, it is supposed to justify the actions taken against Al-Shifa, but also against all of the other hospitals as well, neither of which is permissible, neither of which is appropriate, and it doesn't really matter.
The room, yeah, where you can sleep, eat, make command control. It also has an air conditioning. This air conditioning goes above the hospital. One of the reasons that allows us to understand this complex is that we found the engine of the air conditioner, of course, outside, next to the Qatari compound.
I don't think it's carbonating.
Electricity, full electricity. The gear that was inside here was evacuated before we entered. But look at the ceiling. This is not just a regular tunnel. This is a high facility compound.
This is a terror tunnel. Terror.
Also, more toilets here.
See, this is why it's most likely not like built by Israel or some shit, as people originally suspected, because Israel had built some of the tunnel structure underneath the hospital. Because you cannot put a fucking patient through this hole. Like, there is no utility in this situation. You know what I mean? There is no, this is not like a mixed utility tunnel.
They tried to seal it also with sand and other components that we will not.
Have you seen the vitriol that has come out of these towards healthcare workers and the Doctors Without Borders organization? It's wild how gross people have become towards some of the most charitable people. Yeah, people are fucking insane. And I think that a lot of people are recognizing that. And this level of like counter propaganda is not going to work. I know that they're trying to do this, but this only makes them look dumb in the most charitable way of interpreting their genocide. Is this supposed to mean we bomb over ground and look how ineffective it is to kill Hamas because they have tunnels? Exactly. It only shows me that, like, you have to adapt. If your enemy is fucking using tunnels and your job is to get to them, and the only thing you're doing is like blowing up fucking hospitals on top of the tunnel structure, which the tunnel structure looks literally intact. So it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, what are you doing? You're just demonstrably showing your failure. All you've done is shown the world that you are a failure, and you didn't really give a fuck about the tunnels. You're just using it as a post hoc rationalization for wiping out entire fucking chunks of Gaza so you can inevitably occupy it. That's it. But because most people cannot work because most people can't like work away from the perspective of like the people on top of these tunnel structures are actually innocent civilians. They don't see it that way. They see it as like possibly complicit actors that are also scary Arabs and Palestinians and maybe those who are aligned with Hamas, barbaric terrorists, that they turn around and say, no, this is good enough justification. Hasan, noted tunnel expert now. Is there anything this man is not an expert on? Oh my God. Guys, I am not a tunnel expert. I've never said I'm a tunnel expert. I'm not a missile expert. The irony is that many people who have fucking said, Hasan, remember when you said it was a JDAM? Literally did not see anything beyond the 20-second clip where I say, I am not a missile expert by any means. I am not a missile autist in any means. I'm talking to other people who are, however, to develop better analysis on this matter. It is so fucking weird, dude. What the fuck is going on? And I'm also saying these are Hamas tunnels. I'm saying these are Hamas tunnels most likely. Why are you fucking... You're so dumb. You're so dumb. Who are the experts you're talking to? Most forensic analysts that you are relying on, I'm talking to. It's so stupid. Why would I give you any of the people that I talk to in mainstream media so that you can go and fucking endlessly harass them? You are a cyber stalker psychopath who is not even interesting because you don't have a name. I do have names. I'm just simply not going to give them to you. I do. But you are a bad faith, uncharitable dickhead who is in here to derail. So, of course, you do not deserve the dignity of a response, which I've given you thus far. Yeah, let me go. Hey, guys, here, dude, here, hold on. I got it, dude. Here, hold on. We got it. All right, let me bust it wide open. Let me crack a bag of Adderall and read through this tunnel article on Wikipedia so I can be a tunnel expert in the eyes of dumb motherfuckers. All right, guys, we're good. I'm an expert in tunnels now. Open up a notepad and start jotting notes. I know. Why am I getting so fucking derailed here today? Anyway. They got their karma. Congrats. Yeah.
Be able to enter here. We evacuated the sand. We open up those entrance.
Yeah, listen, if you're coming from a community that watched the GeoConfirm thread and took it as like 100% correct, and then came in here to talk about it wasn't Al-Shifa, it was Al-Ahli, by the way. If you're coming in here from a community of people who didn't even fucking know what Israel was, where it was on a fucking map, who the leadership was, completely oblivious to 75 years of occupation and more, and still was just like rehashing things that they saw on OSINT Twitter from GeoConfirmed, who GeoConfirmed himself openly admitted was wrong. If you're coming from that fucking community, there's plenty of dumb shit and dumb fucks in that community as well who've gotten things wrong over and over again. It's just that you are like moths to a motherfucking light, and you hammer on in this idiotic way, thinking that like you are not wrong 95% of the fucking time. You gullible fucks. Shut the fuck up. It's so weird. Throughout this process over the past month, I've had experts, historians, literal members of the fucking Knesset. I'm constantly in contact with journalists who do forensic analysis for media companies. I will not be talking about who said journalists are, but there are members that I trust that I think are very sound and smart. You, on the other hand, are coming at it from a perspective of not knowing a single fucking thing on the matter. You are intellectually uncurious, and your goal is to simply derail. That's it.
We can go in, but they're trying to ruin this tunnel in order for us not to be able to enter.
Yeah, people who have worked backwards towards this conclusion of like trying to justify everything, coming in here to just like yell at things that they misunderstood.
You can see the stairs here going down. Electricity from all over the sides are electricity.
That's wrong, actually. Every video was geo-confirmed. Only thing they missed, which is the most important one, is that the rocket was shot by an interceptor. Once they confirmed, they took the thread down and made a new one with posts of Iron Dome launchers. Brother, I'm sorry, but that was my brief insight into OSINT Twitter. And the way that you are describing this event, the way that you're describing what happened on that day is ridiculous. Plenty of people literally were like, that's so stupid that you think that a missile that like misfired that you're watching fucking perish was capable of like blowing up the courtyard of a hospital, which it wasn't. That was so utterly incorrect. It was incorrect even with the little amount of information that we had at the time. I was there. I was telling them with Archie that they had a launcher. What? Wait, oh, were you the guy who sent me the Archie thread originally? No, the guy he's talking about is another like OSINT guy who was correct, who like the New York Times personally gave props to. Yeah. Near Gaza, and they didn't until way hours later. Exactly. That thread was so damaging because that thread, the geo-confirmed thread, was so ludicrous, such a ridiculous fucking, such a ridiculous thing to just like push for. It was demonstrably incorrect, and yet so many people went along with it, and it spread like fucking wildfire, and it doesn't matter. It was like, the guy himself openly admitted it was wrong and deleted the thread and said, my bad. Which is so weird, because there sounded like a JDAM, didn't it? The explosion from afar with the whistle of whatever the fuck was like falling on the hospital was consistent with much larger munitions at the time, because we thought before we saw the impact crater, and this is not my perspective, this was not a perspective that I shared, this is a perspective that I shared with others as well, was that why are we still talking about this? Oh, this is so stupid. I'm getting derailed. I'm getting so fucking hyper derailed. Shut the fuck up, trolls. All right, let's continue. I'm a tunnel expert.
Electricity compound, of course, all this electricity gear, of course, comes out from the hospital. The hospital provides, in that sense, electricity to this terror mechanism of the tunnel. This is a unique signature of the arches. The arches are a unique technique by Hamas, building the tunnels. It's something that was designed in the last 15 years. This unique, every area that we see arches are, we understand that it assembled, that it has a tunnel next to it. This is how we revealed some of the tunnels. So it's a unique structure of Hamas tunnels in the last 15 years. The warriors, it took time to make sure that this area is not booby trapped. We were worried that it was booby trapped. Cleaning this area, opening it so we can go inside, was a huge task for the forces of the special units that were here. Where the warrior is standing here, it goes directly to the street, meaning it again goes out from the hospital to the north side of the hospital, where we found another tunnel which has an elevator. Like
this is to the reason why they're showing all this is so that they can try and justify bombing the hospital, like, you know, shooting at the hospital, saying that like this was an operational command and control center under Al Shifa. We had no other option but to like go in there and do all of this shit. And even in this video itself, they openly mentioned that the tunnels were sealed months in advance, according to his take. So I don't know. And that's basically it. Where's his command center again? Yeah, they said it was a Hamas headquarters. They're uncovering more tunnel structures underneath the hospital as well. None of it really matters. Are there chatters, bots? Maybe. Yeah, the spokesman prefaced this video by saying Hamas literally abandoned the tunnel structure a month prior. They're saying that like they tried to do something where they originally claimed that like the doctors were coordinating with Hamas to like hold off the IDF from entering the hospital so that they could like in secrecy seal the tunnels.
This is why all the battalion's commander, all the senior commander terrorists came here to command their operation, went outside, went back to the hospital to do command and control.
I'm so tired of the super pipeline, pro-Palestinian protests, pro-Israelis view to support for terrorism. IDF and Hasbara put out propaganda. Please educating people that terrorists use bad methods to do things, which a lot of time can be bad things. Welcome to Israel. What? The goal, he said that they were sealed months ago, or at least a month ago. The goal of this is clear. It's to show you some kind of post hoc rationalization and post hoc evidence that justifies bombing a hospital on top of it. It does not. Nothing justifies that. Okay?